Hello, and welcome to the next chapter. Today I'll be reviewing The Things We Cannot Say by Kelly Rimmer. This book is World War II historical fiction, and I was hesitant to pick it up because I have been reading a lot of World War II historical fiction in the last year, and so I'm kind of burnt out on it, but my book club selected it, so I read it. And luckily I did because I really enjoyed it, and it was well worth my time. So this book is set in two time periods, both World War II and in modern times, with a main character in each setting. So our first character is set in World War II, Elena, and she lives in Nazi-occupied Poland. And the love of her life, Tomas, has been off doing she doesn't know where and the things he's been doing, and so it's just her and her family while she waits for him to return. And her family are just trying to do what they can to keep their heads down and to just survive. But eventually they discover that that isn't enough and that they need to step up and do more than that. And they need to be able to help those who are being persecuted by the Nazis. And in the modern setting, we have Alice, who is struggling because she has an emotionally distant husband and a son with autism, and she's having really a lot of struggles with that. And so to add to that stress, her grandmother becomes very ill. And one of her grandmother's requests is that Alice do a favor for her and go on a journey. And through this journey, Alice must discover and what her grandmother's past was really like and who her grandmother really is. What I really liked about this book is that it wasn't centered on the usual things that most of the World War II fiction that I've read is. And normally those things are set on British or French characters or characters that are set in concentration camps. And what I enjoyed about this is that we had a character who was set in Nazi-occupied Poland, but she wasn't Jewish. She wasn't involved in any of the fighting. She was just the average citizen who was doing what she needed to survive the war. And then this intertwined nicely with the modern character Alice, her struggles, and how that corresponded to her life. So the other thing I really enjoyed is that this book kept me guessing until the very end. I was constantly coming up with ideas of what might be happening and what the mystery might be or how it might play out. And then the very next chapter, something would change and I wouldn't know again what I thought was going to happen. So it's always nice when a book keeps you on the edge of your seat. And I loved how the mystery slowly unraveled, and I even admit to crying at the end. So the other thing I really love about historical fiction is that oftentimes I end up getting on the internet and searching for more information about what really happened. And since I haven't read a lot about Poland during the war, other than the concentration camps, it was really interesting to get on the internet and read more and examine maps and learn more about what happened there. So it's always nice when you learn about real things through reading fiction. And as my mom pointed out when she read this book, what she really liked is that it was a combination of history and family history and living with families with members with disabilities and so much more. So I think there's something in there for almost everyone in this book. So I hope you all enjoyed this one as much as I did. And if you have read it, please comment below about what you thought of it. And thank you for watching.